Home to California come General George S. Patton and Lieutenant General James H. Doolittle. Colorful commander of the victorious Third Army, wearing his self-styled social pistol, acknowledges the plaudits of the hometown folks. And General Doolittle, leader of the first raid on Tokyo in 1942 and commander of the 8th Air Force, snaps his salute to the old hometown. In command cars and jeeps, the noted guests parade downtown Los Angeles to a continuous ovation from 1.5 million well-wishers lined along the route. That night, 100,000 people crowd the Los Angeles Coliseum to continue the welcome.
General Patton, fellow Californians, it's good to be home. And I'm lucky to be home. A lot of our boys out there aren't that lucky. The ground where they lie buried is hallowed ground. We pay them our tribute and our homage. The rest of them, many thousands, are coming home. Some are coming home to stay, their mission accomplished. Some of them are going out to the Pacific to finish up the job which is only half done. That's going to be a tough job because the Jap is tough. It'll be accomplished by teamwork, by the same teamwork that won the battle in Germany. Although no unit, no individual won the war, we're fortunate in having one here tonight with us who had a large part in winning the war. I'm pleased and proud to have been privileged to fight by the side of General George Patton.
Your Honor, the Mayor, General Doolittle, soldiers, ladies and gentlemen, coming over here, there was a very great lesson. The first 4 hours, we passed over a destroyed land, utterly destroyed. You who have not seen it do not know what hell looks like from the top. That's what Germany looks like. That's what Austria looks like. That's what any place that the 8th Air Force and the 3rd Army worked on looks like. This war is only half won. You must win the rest of it. You must remember this, that from Brest to various towns in southern Germany and Austria, whose names I can't pronounce, but whose places I have removed, the trail of the 3rd Army and the 19th Tactical Air Command and the 8th Air Force is marked by more than 40,000 white crosses. 40,000 dead Americans. You people here, who, as General Doolittle said, are members of the team, must play your part. You must not only provide the money, but you must provide the labor and the sweat. By God, you cannot, you will not be disloyal and unfaithful to the men who have died, to the men who have been wounded.
An example of what General Patton declared was utterly destroyed by the 8th Air Force is Ludwigshafen, Rhine Industrial Center. Fourth in importance of Rhine harbors, Ludwigshafen, with adjacent Mannheim, had nearly 500,000 people, was principal producer of Germany's chemicals, manufacturing center for engineering products and armaments. Further importance lay in it being a main transshipment point for coal, grain, and ores. The IG Farben Works was the world's largest chemical plant, comprising more than 1,000 separate buildings, stretching for 3 miles along the Rhine. It employed over 35,000 workers. Bombing destruction here was cumulative and finally caused all work to cease. Synthetic rubber was manufactured here in huge quantities. Ludwigshafen's marshalling yards once handled 2,200 cars a day. Delayed action bombs were very effective in destroying communication lines and water mains. This is what's left of a synthetic oil plant. Knocking out oil pumping machinery and oil storage tanks like this made the Luftwaffe and the Wehrmacht run dry. The butyl alcohol plant was another victim of 8th Air Force bombs. German industry, whose weapons were to conquer the world, now lies completely wrecked by Allied air power. Troop carrier air evacuation planes have removed nearly 500,000 casualties from forward areas. Emergency care and treatment en route have reduced suffering, saved many lives, decreased permanent disability. The dependable C-47s have been doubly valuable, transporting medical supplies and equipment on their trips to the front, returning with casualties. Nurses have teamed with air crews to speed this return of the wounded, completing their missions in all kinds of weather, seldom with fighter cover. During April, the 51st Troop Carrier Wing, operating throughout the Mediterranean campaign since the invasion in North Africa, observes the removal of its 200,000th patient.
What's your name?
Private Ulysses Henry, sir.
Where are you from, Henry?
Tuckasegee, North Carolina.
North Carolina.
Yes.
Well, good. We're both from the South. Where were you injured?
San Pietro.
San Pietro?
Yes.
What kind of job were you doing there?
I was a gunner on the tanks.
Do you know that you were our 200,000th patient evacuated
No,
by
sir.
air?
No, sir, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that. Well, you are, and we're very proud of you. So we'll put a tag of 200,000 on you.
Okay.
You said you enjoyed your trip down here. Would you like to fly back to the States, too? You would? Come on, you go back. Take off right now.
Well, buddy, in the meantime, take care of yourself, and good luck to you.
Thank you, sir.
So long, buddy. I got my arm around you again.
To thousands of soldiers, Air evacuation means recovery. On Saipan, B-29s wrecked in combat are disassembled for salvage. Wings are blasted free instead of burning them off with a torch. This method saves a day and a half in work. Trimacord is used to rip off the skin, exposing the spars. Half-pound sticks of 60% dynamite are used to sever small wing spars. The sticks are tied together with Primacord. Electric blasting caps fire the charge. Three and a half pounds of TNT, set off by a dynamite stick, tears loose the main spar. Small and main spars are blasted separately in this case as a precaution against personnel injury on the nearby flight line and runway. Now the other side. Shorn of their wings to expedite moving, the wrecked B-29s are hauled to the boneyard. Newest, most powerful and heavily armed of the Jap fighters is Jack. Called Raiden or Thunderbolt by the Japs, it resembles the P-47, was built for either carrier or land-based service. Fat, stubby fuselage extends slightly beyond a triangular fin and rudder. The curved turtleback line is broken only by the cockpit fairing. Radial engine of about 1,940 horsepower projects beyond the stubby wing like the end of a beer keg. None of this type had been captured or seen at close range prior to our entrance into Manila. Tested with a Spit and a Hellcat, Jack affords interesting study for comparative simulated action in combat. The Jap fighter mounts 4 20mm cannon in the wings and 2 machine guns in the nose. Maximum speed is between 350 and 400 miles an hour. Service ceiling is 37,300 feet. Wingtips are unusually well-rounded. Fillets are wide and long. The plane is a marked improvement in speed, toughness, and firepower over Japan's previous fighters. Close scrutiny of each new Jap weapon enables our specialists to deal with it and outmatch it. During May, 5th Air Force fighters proved the effectiveness of air-ground coordination in a 3-day attack on fortified Jap positions in the Ipoh Dam area east of Manila. Each day, more than 200 fighters showered the hilly region with fire bombs, burning out gun emplacements, caves, dugouts, machine guns, and artillery pieces. After this Jap searing, American ground forces moved through what had been impregnable positions with virtually no opposition. On May 5th, Samar-based liberators struck Kenegao, Borneo for the first time. Each plane carried 8,000 pounds of demolition bombs to plaster the Kenegao airstrip, believed to be a staging base for Jap planes which had been attacking 13th Air Force installations at Palawan. 10-hour mission was without mishap. This strike was one of a series to neutralize Jap air power during the Allied invasion of nearby Tarakan, which had taken place 3 days before. Next day, May 6th, the bomber barons of the Jungle Air Force struck Kudat, North Borneo. This airstrip also was hit often to aid the Tarakan invasion action. 500-pound general-purpose bombs blasted the field. On June 11th, Allied troops made a second invasion of Borneo against light opposition. Borneo bases will permit total interdiction of Jap supply and communication lines, and possession of Borneo's great oil fields will ease the Allies' fuel problem, increasing our power to strike at the remains of Japan's stolen empire. Gunsight aiming point cameras of the 14th Air Force show the same skill against the Japs as that which destroyed German targets in Europe. Fighter aid in China is fast becoming available on a European scale and is being linked with renewed Chinese ground action in a well-directed plan to cut Japan's land routes. By mid-June, the revitalized Chinese, American-trained and equipped, were starting to drive the Japs out of south-central China, and sustained fighter attacks like these were helping them do it.